Welcome everyone to another Wednesday night. The fundamentals to gain inner peace with your host, Coach Menachem Bernfeld. Here we are, Isri Chag Shvius. Hope everyone had a nice Shvius and was able to tap into some moments with all of the ups and downs, the ins and outs, whatever it is. And we're going to continue tonight. Tonight it's going to be a little bit about the Sedona Method. Could you let this go? With a few questions helping us to let go. And we'll see where it takes us. So we're on this journey of learning how to let go, and like we've learned in the past, by not doing anything. Don't try to change anything. So we'll continue, Menachem. But before that, let's just take a few minutes to come into the room, be here, see where you're up to, put away the sukkah, the matzah, cheesecake, cleaned up or maybe not. And just reflecting, seeing how was my Yom Tov? How do I feel now? And some permission to just be. If you need to continue to clean, you'll do that soon. But for a few minutes, you deserve to take some time, take a deep breath, and be there for yourself. And it's a chaval that many people don't get to slow down. They don't get to spend some time with themselves. Only when they go on vacation, and sometimes even when they're on vacation, they can't do it. But we're learning how to do this a few minutes every day, maybe a few times a day, to be present, to be in the moment, to be aware. Not always easy. So let's get grounded. Take a deep breath, both feet on the floor. Stretch. Here I am. Deep breath in and let it all out. Beautiful. Another deep breath in. And let it all out. One more time. All the way in. Hold and let it all out. Beautiful. And now you can turn inwards just to see what does my body feel? Where am I? What comes up when I stop? What comes up? See what my body feels, any sensations, any reason why it doesn't want to stop. And just be aware. Amazing. Okay, no need to change anything. It's just allowing, being aware, and seeing. Here I am, maybe listening, maybe he wants to say something. Beautiful. Okay, so let's continue letting go. So like we learned in the past, not trying to change anything. Feeling comes up, a thought comes up, something you don't like. You want to push it away. It's uncomfortable. You've been working on this for years. You don't want it to come up again. Could you imagine how hard it is? Puts you hard at work to just push things down, push things away, controlling all these feelings, all these thoughts. And when we say, can we let go, doesn't mean that these thoughts and feeling are not going to be there. They will. But could you stop controlling? Could you stop trying to put them in different places and pushing them away, making them bigger or smaller? Could you just allow them to be? So that's what it means. Could you let go? And what happens when you let go? What happens? Not to push it away, just to allow it. Allow it to come up. It's energy. If you allow it to come up, it's going to be able to go. Let the energy move. But if you're holding on to it, if you're pushing it away, it becomes bigger, tighter, harder, heavier. And who knows how many years you're trying already. Uh, maybe we can let go. So think of something. Think of an emotion. Think of a thought. And hopefully tonight we'll learn another method how to do that. But it's kedai, it's beneficial if you have something in mind so that we can see how it works. So the Sedona method is an interesting one, and sometimes we think it's so hard to learn how to let go. And the way they teach it is if you have a pen. So let's try this out. You have a pen, hold the pen tight in your hands, as tight as possible. And just feel the energy, feel where your hand feel like, hold on tight, push. That's it. Hold on, hold on. Beautiful. You can feel, just push, push, push. You could feel the resistance. You can feel how you're holding on to it. Now, open your hand. Just feel what happens. Let the pen just roll in your hand. Comes loose. And then maybe turn it around and it falls. Just feel in your body the feeling of something, a shift, maybe a small shift. Wow. Just by opening your hand after squeezing for 30 seconds, you can feel that shift. So it sounds so simple. And when I heard this the first time, I was like, don't tell me letting go is that simple. We have stories, we have things that happen to us, and you're just going to tell me to just let go like that, like I dropped the pen? I don't think it's possible. Okay. Just be aware if that comes up, that's okay. But what I want you to be aware of that feeling of when you're opening your hand, you go, ah, you can breathe. We're looking for that little shift, small shifts. Okay? Small shifts. And it works with a few questions, three simple questions, but the idea concept is basically the same. We're not going to try to change anything. We're not going to force anything. And even if you find that you're answering no to these questions, that could you let it go? You say no, that's okay. It's just creating those questions. It creates those small shifts. And sometimes you do it a few times. Just by asking these questions makes a shift. So just to keep in mind, whatever the answer is. Okay. So let's start. Hopefully you have something in mind, something you're holding on to, maybe for a day, a week, a year, a few years. Think of something. Okay. So the step number one is think of that, identify the thought, sensation, something that you're holding on to, and just feel it. Just feel it. Okay, you're feeling it, good. And now you can ask yourself, or I'll ask you, could you let this go? That's it. Could you let it go? And just see what comes up. Second question is, would you? Would you let it go? Or if you're asking yourself, would I let it go? In other words, if I could, would I? Just be aware of what comes up. And then the third question is, when? If you could and you're willing, when would you let it go? How does that feel? Now, the first time you might think, really? So it might take time. And even that thing that you're thinking of, the thought, something you're holding on to, sometimes there's a small shift, very small, and then we do it again. So think of it again. Okay, think of it. Think of that thing you're holding on to, something that's bothering you, something that comes up and you don't like when it comes up. Okay, think about it, feel it. Good. That's step number one. Just allow the feeling to be, feel it. Now ask yourself, could I let it, could I let this go? You don't even have to answer it. It's just seeing what's coming up. Some people say yes, no, I can't, maybe. That's okay. Could I let this go? Would I let this go? When? So those are the three questions. And if you feel a shift, that means something is happening. And if it's for beginners, for sure, to do it a few times on the same thing. You feel the shift, and then you go back to the feeling. You see, what do you feel now? You might feel it a little different. You might feel it with that shift, some movement, and then do the same thing. Same three questions, basically again and again. Could I let this go? Would I let this go? And when? Beautiful. And it's always important to remember again, we're not trying to control anything. It doesn't have to be in a certain way. You think, is it working? Is it not working? No need to change anything. It's just asking those questions and just being aware of the answers, whatever answer comes up, and being aware of the shifts, small shifts, just by asking these questions. But the idea is the emotions are still coming up. Doesn't mean that after doing this, I won't have these thoughts, I won't have these emotions. And if you're thinking, but I don't want it, and I'm looking for that method that's just going to get rid of it. So just be aware of that. That's the resistance that we were talking about. That's part of it that's holding on to it. The more we're trying to work on getting rid of it, the harder we are holding on to it. And what we're learning now is to allow it, whichever way it comes up, any shape, form, feeling, emotion. This is how it comes up, and this is how I feel. Do I like it? No. Would I like to change it? I would love to. But I've tried for so many years. So we're learning how to let go. That means it comes up. And you say, oh, here it is again. Allow it to come so that it can go. If you're going to try to control it, it just becomes bigger, heavier, tighter, harder. We don't want that. Okay, so if there were any shifts, you can let me know in the chat. And let's do it again, just by, if you can share with any concept that you're working on, something that comes up, something that bothers you, something that you've been working on for a while, and you're not happy with the results. So we can make it more concrete. You can share it in the chat, and we'll try to do the 3 questions and see what happens. I'll give you an example, but meanwhile, you can put them in the chat. You come home, and the house is messy. The kids are loud. You feel overwhelmed, irritated. All the emotions can come up. Or maybe it's before Yom Tov and the guests arrive and they make a mess. All those emotions. And you think to yourself, wait a second, I've gone to these Wednesday night classes. I've worked so hard to just take a deep breath and allow and doing all the work and accept. And here I am. Oh, I can't take this. It's too hard. It's just too hard. I don't like it. Just feel it. Just feel it. Feel the feeling. So step number 1 is pause and ask myself, what am I feeling now? Irritated, overwhelmed, angry, upset. Feel it. After allowing yourself to feel it, can I let this go? Would I let this go? You might have a smile on your face. I mean, I would love to, but it's too hard. Can I? I don't know. Would I? I would love to. So just be aware of those answers. And then when? See if the answer is now or maybe in a few minutes. Just be aware of what comes up. When? I would love to now. Okay. Deep breath and just, but I still feel the feelings. Well, I didn't say we're getting rid of the feeling. And it's okay. The feeling is there. And it could be a deep concept. It is. It takes time to get it. The feeling could still be there, but it's holding on or trying to change, trying to get rid of, or that feeling that I don't like this feeling, meaning I don't want it to be here. But the second I can allow, that's letting go. The second you don't need to change, the second you become aware of, wait a second, you're creating that space. The feeling is there. The thought is there. You're thinking, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done this. Okay, it's a thought. But you're not getting caught up. You allow the thought to come up. You allow the feeling to come up. And you just open your hands. Just open your hands. Could I let this go? Doesn't mean you're gonna get rid of the feeling. Just let it go. Let the feeling be. Let it be there. Let it float. Don't hold on to it. If you hold on, it's not going to be able to move. So let it float. Let it be there. Allow it. Could I let this go? Would I? When? Wow. So just be aware of those shifts. Just be aware of the shifts. Okay. Let me see the chats. A lot of anger from a past story. Yeah, I'm wondering how long of what you have done to work on getting rid of the anger. And now we're learning to allow the anger to be. Might be hard, but allow. I have a lot of fears about my son, struggles with mental health issues, and is also minimally observant right now. Okay, so just to see the feeling, Just be aware of that feeling, of all the worries, of all the fears. And it might not be comfortable. Until now, you might try to figure out how am I going to get rid of it, but now just feel it. Allow the feeling to come up. And ask yourself, can I let this go? Could I let the feeling go? Meaning allow it to be. Beautiful. Would you let it go? When? And just see the shifts and do it again. Go back to that feeling and see what changed. Maybe it's a little bit lighter, but it's still there. Beautiful. Just feel it again. Feel it. Stay there. And ask yourself, can I let it go? Would I let it go? And when? And if there's any shifts, then you can make a l'chaim. Because that means it's working. And do it again. Because that's what we're looking for. We're looking for movement. We're looking to ease it up a little bit, make it a little bit lighter, a little bit lighter. It's still going to be there, but a little bit space. You give it a little bit of space. And if there's movement, that's amazing. At times, if you're jealous from others, I gossip about others, it bothers me so much. Something lacking with it. As much as I learn and allow the feelings to pass, I really can't stand myself for feeling and acting this way. Okay, so just sit with that feeling. Sit with the feeling that you have about yourself. What do you feel about yourself? And let it come up. And you don't like it. Until now, you're trying to get rid of it. But now, just feel it. Feel the feeling. You might feel ugly, sad, angry. Just feel the feeling. And ask yourself, can I let this go? Would I let this go? When? And just see what comes up. And do it again. Beautiful. It helps, but what if you are expecting the same thing again and again? So just do the work on that. Take a deep breath and see what comes up. The same thing comes up. That's okay. Don't try to change. Don't try to push. Allow it to be. And ask yourself, could I let it go? Would I let it go? And when? Here's another example. Your spouse or friend said something hurtful last week. And you're thinking about it. It's real. It did hurt. And here's the tricky part, because if you think letting go means not to feel, or letting go means just don't think about it, it's just the opposite. It's just the opposite. You don't want to think about it. It hurts. And you don't like the way it feels. So let's do that. Let's do the work on this idea of just allowing the feeling that comes up. Okay, so feel it. You feel the hurt. You feel the pain. You don't like it. And just ask the 3 questions. Can I let this go? Would I let it go? When? maybe later, maybe now, just a little. There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. Whatever comes up, beautiful. So it's just the opposite of what we think. Letting go doesn't mean getting rid of it. It allows it to be. By allowing it to be, there are shifts. The first way we've learned till now was to just feel. We can listen to it. It's a part of us. Listen to it, allow it. And now we're learning 3 questions that make things a little bit different. Seeing things from a different angle, allowing it to move, not holding on so tight to it, not pushing it down. So just allow it to be, but it's the same concept. Same concept. The real heavy question is for those who went through real tough situations, real betrayal, real hurts. And when you do this work, sometimes the anger comes up. You're telling me to let this go. You're telling me not to. And this question comes up. It comes up when you talk about the concept of forgiving. And that's a hard one. We didn't really discuss it, in length, but the idea is it's not saying that what they did is right. It's not letting them off the hook. It's letting yourself off the hook because you're tied to it. And you don't realize that you're holding on so tight. It doesn't mean what they did is right. When I forgive, doesn't mean, okay, you can do it again. That's the feeling we get. Okay, whatever. It's not supposed to hurt anymore. Don't think about it anymore. Just forgive. That's not what it means. Forgiving is being able to let it free from myself. Because till now, by not forgiving, that means I was holding on to that pen. I'm gonna show them not gonna let this go. They really hurt me. But now we're learning what they did is not right. But can I take a deep breath? Can I open my hands? Can I allow my feelings to come up, which is not always easy. But it's time to allow ourselves to feel a little bit better. Yes, the story is there, but how can we continue? Okay, let's take 2 or 3 more questions. My current anger. My boss didn't let me leave for Israel after Shavuos. And now I can't change my flight to Israel due to cost. I will miss the bris of my first grandchild from my only child, Yvei. How could I ever forgive my boss, right? So we're not telling you to forgive him yet. First, just realize how you feel. Just realize how you feel, and it hurts. And sometimes when it's fresh, it's hard to do the work. I'll admit it. This work is usually when it's a while and it's been, again and again, and we live with it. But when something happened to you today, and I understand why you want to get rid of it, you want to let go. I don't like the way it feels, but in a way we don't want. I should forgive. The way I feel is, I should feel this way. Don't tell me to let go. I shouldn't feel. So you're right. The way you feel is the way you need to feel now. So that's what I would tell you. And this is a hard one. Not being by your grandson's bris is a hard one. And somebody out there did it, and you don't know why. And there's no reason for you in your mind. It was the worst thing somebody could do to you. So the way you feel is the way you feel. And it might even be too hard to feel it. So while it's happening and while you're in it, it's hard to, talk about letting go, talk about these concepts. And all you have to do is be there for yourself. It's, see what you can do to feel a little bit part of the simcha, but it hurts. And again, I don't know your relationship with Hashem, and I don't know your relationship with understanding, or maybe in your mind, what comes up, but whatever comes up, there's no right or wrong. Just be aware of the things that come up and see it and feel it. Okay, thank you very much. Wow. So just a minute or two for feedback. Let me know if you felt any shifts, if it sounded funny, like what I felt the first time I heard about it. It was like too easy to be true. If it's something you can understand. And hopefully next week we'll continue a little bit the idea, because not always that easy to allow, when you have a real story that you're walking around with, the story of your life, and just by letting go. How do we let go? Yes, I felt a shift, small. I'll try it again. Allowing the feeling is freeing. Yes, that's what we're trying to do. Just allow and stop the control. There's a fear. It might not go away. I don't want to feel those feelings. Right. Be aware of that feeling, of that fear. And that's a fear that many people have when they start the journey of feelings. I don't want to tap into it. I don't want to feel it. I don't want to, because am I ever going to get out of it? Yeah, it's scary. Those feelings are not geschmack, not comfortable. I feel it can work. We'll put a few lines on my fridge. Beautiful. Put it on your mirror. Just see it. Yes, felt lighter. Beautiful. So the concept is try to do it on one thing, something small, a few times. Feel the feeling, ask yourself the questions, and do it slowly. Allow some space in between to things to come up, thoughts, feelings, and then go back to the feeling, see if there's any change in that feeling, and ask yourself the questions again. And it might be 4 or 5 times. Most of us would stop after 2 and say, yeah, maybe, yeah, I'm not sure. Stay there. Do it again. And see what happens. And let me know. Beautiful. Okay, thank you. Thank yourself. Wow, taking some time you deserve. Any questions, you can always send, or feedback, coachmenachem@gmail.com. And you can always get my new book, Come Home to Yourself. I'll put a link in the, if you're watching the replay on YouTube, I'll put it in the description. Interesting read, and thank you for those who had feedback. And take care of yourself. Don't try to do this work. Don't try. I'm trying. Just allow. Allow yourself some time. Allow yourself some space you deserve, where you can ask yourself these questions and see what happens. I find many times people try. Trying is like resisting. I'm not sure. I'm trying. Don't try. It's okay. Give yourself the space. Give yourself what you deserve. Thank you very much. Have a great night. We'll see you, Menachem, next week. With those shifts, you'll all let me know how it's going. And just feel lighter. You can feel it already. Bye.